If you look at me, you would never know that I am sick. I still have hair. I can put on makeup to hide the exhaustion and the pain, and I carry myself fairly well at work and school. I want you to know that invisible illness affects so many people across the globe. You could look at somebody from the outside and think they look healthy, but you don't see that inside their body is literally trying to destroy them. Experiencing these obstacles at such a young age has given me incredible drive, determination, and grit. Type 1 diabetes does not define me. Pancreatic cancer does not define me. Leukemia does not define me. I am so much more than these awful diseases, and instead, it's just another chapter to my story. I will continue to thrive in school, thrive in my career, and thrive in my personal development.
That was just a portion of the many, many videos that 19-year-old Iowa woman, Maddie Russo posted, talking about inspirational stories behind her cancer diagnosis that she received. Also the treatment that she had to go through, rigorous stuff. She's looking to inspire folks, maybe tell her story to the world, and also maybe get $37,000 out of folks from a GoFundMe, because that's what she did. We'll see how true that is. As a matter of fact, she did media tours about this. She even went on Project Purple podcast to talk about what it is that she's dealing with. I want you guys to look at how unserious this whole thing is. Let's watch.
How would you define the term pancreatic cancer?
The first word that comes to mind is just ugly. You know, it's an ugly disease. It's nasty. It's very just aggressive, and it wants to just kill everything. But at the same time, I think I would describe it as kind of like ever changing, because it changes you as a person. And I guess I'm kind of going into like the spiritual side of it a little bit, but I wouldn't wish it on nobody. And it was kind of I was all over the place with that question, but there's so many different things about it that just flat out sucks. But there's also some pretty beautiful things about it, I think, that I've been able to experience just at 19. So.
You guys convinced yet? By the way, Project Purple, really fast. It's an impact-driven organization with a vision of a world without pancreatic cancer. Their mission is to find a cure for pancreatic cancer and improve the lives of patients. Think about this, through support, hope, and compassion. That's who she decided to talk with as she's going through this entire thing. By the way, people started finding holes in her story, finding things about her medical equipment that she's posting about her treatment that she's posting about, which at one point she said she went through 50 or something bouts of chemo. The first clue I think many people maybe could have seen in portions from, again, this long video that she posted about her diagnosis, she decided to keep glancing off to the side, maybe reading from some notes. Let's watch that part again. See if you guys noticed this.
I got the call from my oncologist, and they found a mass on my pancreas, and I had stage 2 pancreatic cancer at just 19 years old. Scared is an understatement. I was terrified, and I definitely still am. But I'm really glad I went to my yearly health check, because it would have been so easy to just skip it and say I'm fine.
Not only that, you guys, graphic 3 really fast. We might come back up to this spot before, but this is one of the more disgusting parts about this whole thing. Investigators, after some folks pointed out her holes in her story, they did check it out. They said that Russo allegedly stole photos shared online by real cancer patients and presented them as her own. Quick update here, Russo was charged with theft by means of deception, which is a Class C felony, just late last month. And according to the press release, she raised more than $37,000 from 439 donors on that GoFundMe last year, after she talked about having all of these issues and diagnoses. But in reality, it was all fake. And now she has a upcoming hearing to deal with her situation. Dan, again, maybe I'm the pessimist, but sometimes when I see some of these stories, and how do you question it? Because there's so many people that are affected by cancer. And many of the comments as I was going through this, they were like, there's not many people who haven't known a friend or a family member that has dealt with this, has either passed away from it or has beaten it. Either way, it's a devastating process that folks go through. But she chose this to be the one she scams folks about.
Yeah, there's a special place, and I'm not a huge believer in the afterlife, but sure, like this is definitely bad karma here. And I especially because I say this kind of facetiously as a joke, but like this is the backbone of the American healthcare system is GoFundMe.com, right?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
we don't have healthcare in this country. We don't have any sort of social safety net. It's really like, and I don't mean to be too facetious at this point, but it's like here's my sob story, here's my GoFundMe, right? And like I'm at least glad that this sort of thing at least exists, where there is a space where people can give their, love and show their love and support for people they may not even know, $1 at a time. But you also see this sad side to it where people will scam people and like take advantage of people's kindness. And yeah, like people who know someone who has gone through cancer, passed or whatever, this is a really wild thing to try to pretend to have just for attention or money or clout or whatever. But this kind of just goes, to your pessimism, it will give some people pause when reading a GoFundMe campaign for people who really need that money, who are gonna get way less than $30,000 because of their story and going viral, right? So it makes you feel sad about that, but like the higher level thing is that GoFundMe should not be the social safety net for anyone. If you had a system where it's like, okay, yeah, it's bureaucratic, but you go to meetings and you see like doctors and stuff like that, this kind of fraud wouldn't have happened. Like, because they would have been like, yeah, we see no cancer, football size, like on your spine size, what is this? That's ridiculous. No, please, you're wasting our time. And like that would have been like a little bit of administrative waste, but that would have been having an actual social safety net and a healthcare system in this country would have easily prevented this kind of mess.
That's the thing, and you brought the system in, and I see that angle, because in a system like this where the point is to step on the next person to get something else, she's thinking, well, this is just the American way. I know it's probably subconscious, but I can go through this entire process. It's a lot of work. You should have seen the details she went through trying to convince folks of this. Questions were asked. She's posting on TikTok a lot. She showed her back with a big bandage on it. She explained why she still has hair, and in this process, in that process. It was very, very elaborate, although still not very well done. But she was all in for $37,000. Had a medical equipment in her apartment. All the things that she was posting about being in a hospital room was actually set up in her place. She had all this stuff, a 2023 Kia or something like that, like a brand new car, right? Again, I mean, not an extravagant car or anything, but the idea is like she's trying to get this in, and she thinks this is the way this is supposed to work, right? I mean, I have a perfect outlet to make some money. This is the way you make money, right? But folks who expect to get some kind of social safety net for the things that we all pay into, they're the ones that are bilking the system. They're the ones who are milking off the teat of America and not putting anything in. This is how you end up with folks like this. And I didn't want that to be the focus of this, but that is a part about it. And you have bad people like that to take advantage of a system that would allow that, or at least sets us up for that.